Senior Consultant on Technology Team at ConnectedGroup. Today's video interview is a very special one.
Together, we're delighted to introduce our guest, Cheng. Howard is the Chief Operating Officer at Cyberport and is responsible in leading the overall development and management, including the formulation and execution of IT operations, technical services, facilities management, and hotel strategies.
The purpose of today's interview is to showcase Howard's career journey and to share his career advice and guidance throughout his career progression within IT and properties. We would like to welcome Howard and joining us in today's interview.
Thank you for joining us today, Howard. Can you give us a little bit more insights about your role at Cyberport and your favorite aspect of working here?
Sure. Well, first of all, thanks for having me here, because Cyberport is a digital tech hub. Itself, it has the ecosystem has about 1,600 or so startups. One of the key mandate of Cyberport is to nurture these startups. By doing that, we try to integrate the traditional industry with the new technology, with the startup, as well as bringing up these startups, nurturing them through a very comprehensive incubation program that align with my own aspiration. The model that the Cyberport operate is also very unique. It's a self-funded operation. That means we get the revenue from the hotel, from the shopping mall, from the rental income to support all these incubation program for the startup. So it's a completely self-funded. We try to make the business model very self-sustainable. Yeah.
Welcome, Howard. So how did your role transform from an engineering-focused position to an all-round management role overseeing IT operations as well?
Hi, Phoebe. Well, first of all, thanks for having me here. I started off my career as working as an engineer. Halfway through my career, I've already sort of switched my role, starting working as a management consultant. Mm-hmm. From that point on, I had the opportunity to take care of different kind of business, manage different kind of operation. So eventually, it allows me to become a more generalist. And that also allow me to gain the experience of managing different kind of business operation. Now that fits really well with the role that I'm currently doing in Cyberport, because I have to look after the different aspect of business, ranging from hotel, retail, to implementing smart solutions in traditional facilities, as well as IT. So that let me have the experience of
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you, Howard.
Right.
To what extent do you think COVID-19 has affected the corporate workspace environment and flexibility?
Yeah, I think the COVID-19 situation has a lot of effect. It changes the people's day-to-day life. It changes the corporate life. It also changes the people operate, in a business. In Cyberport, after the COVID-19 situation happened, there are a lot of course, the people's hygiene standard has been higher, and we have been doing a lot of, on-campus sanitization work, try to make everything touchless. We deploy a lot of robotic solutions on the cleaning, for example, of the campus. Our hotel, the guest expectation also have changed a lot. We are implementing a lot of smart solutions to try to make it as touchless as possible, as well as the process. People right now, for example, when they check into a hotel, they don't need to do the traditional check-in at the counter. Everything is digitized and electronic. So I think going forward, this will become the new normal. People will be expecting less face-to-face. We have been doing a lot of Zoom meeting. I think everybody is in Hong Kong and all over the world. And also when we upgrade our facilities, this will become one of the key aspect when we design new facilities, when we do renovation and all that.
What's your view on the emerging development of smart city from a property and IT perspective?
I think property and IT now is well integrated together, and is even more combining as one item rather than two very distinct traditional industry. There are a lot more technical property startups, for example, that has been established in Cyberport. One other role that is related to my day-to-day job is how we can continue to implement these property technology solution into the day-to-day life of the Cyberport campus. It's no longer a standalone industry. Everything now, there's an IT element into it, and then there are a lot of IoT applications, there are a lot of property prop tech application that is well integrated into the day-to-day life of the property management sector.
Do you see any shortages within the property and real estate specialist positions within the next few years?
There'll be a huge demand. I think Hong Kong is in a very good position because of its proximity with the rest of Asia. It's good education, it's good legal, good financial system. Makes it very easy to attract talent from within Hong Kong, from China, or from the rest of the country in Asia. We do have quite an international community here. But there's no doubt there'll be a high demand, and we are also working hand in hand with the university to attract their IT specialists into the different aspect of the smart city.
Hello, Howard. Do you have any career advice for young people on how they can stand out in an interview?
Interview, first of all, is very important, but it's only the first step to get you into your next job. During an interview, I think one key suggestion that I would give the young people is try to be yourself. Let the interviewer know who you really are, so that they can decide whether you really fit the job or not. Because if you are pretending to be someone that is not really you, even if you get the offer, you wouldn't last long. Right. Always keep yourself updated with the technology, especially if you're in the IT industry or engineering or any technology related industry, because the technology nowadays changes so fast, so quickly, that you always have to equip yourself with the latest technology knowledge. And one last point is you should always think out of the box when you look for a solution. When you try to make something work, there's always a way. You just need to think out of the box and have a creative mind.
Hello, Howard. I understand that Cyberport plays a very important role in promoting Hong Kong's innovations and technology development. What do you think that makes Hong Kong so appealing for technology entrepreneurs and startups to build their businesses here?
Yeah. Hong Kong, I think, is a very popular place for the startup to establish the business because of its proximity with the nearby country. Right. It's very centric, located in Asia. That's the one key advantage that Hong Kong has. Hong Kong also have a very good legal system, a good healthy financial system. Also, it has a very mixed international culture. Like, for example, in Cyberport, we had a third of our company, our startup, are coming from other countries, 40 different countries all over the world. Startup who are from other countries to easily fit into the local community and the culture.
as a chief operating officer of such a sizable enterprise?
I think just like any of the C-suite executives, of course, you need to have a strategic mindset. Okay, not just looking after. Even though as a COO, I do look after day-to-day operation. You need to have a strategic mindset to plan ahead. Second, I think with nowadays ever changing technology, the environment is always changing. So you have to have a very open mind. You will not know everything in all the different aspects. So you should have an open mind to listen to others for what's the best solution or the best options going forward. And of course, I think just like any of the executives in Hong Kong, you need to have a high level of energy because there's a lot to be managing.
Hello, Howard. Do you mind sharing with us some of your key elements of success? And I understand that a lot of people working in middle level management may want to work towards C-level. Do you have any advice for them?
I wouldn't call it key element of success, but this is something I always bear in mind, is being a good team player, whether you are the manager of somebody or with your peer group or even with your subordinates. Being a good team player is always important. You cannot do everything yourself. No one possesses all of the knowledge of everything. So with the nowadays more complex, more integrated environment operations, you always need to work with a team of different people with different specialties. To me, I think one of the things is walk out of your comfort zone, try to take on a new task that is outside your own expertise. Because the more senior you're at, the more the more diversified portfolio you have to manage. So you will always have to work manage things that are in different areas. So I would suggest at the earlier stage of their career, try to do something that's a little bit different from what they have been doing, and try to diversify their portfolio.
Yeah, that's a very useful piece of advice. Thank you, Howard. Hello, Howard. I understand that Cyberport is a big supporter of new technology. How does Cyberport help new technology entrepreneurs and startups to build their businesses in Hong Kong?
Yeah, apart from running the incubation program, for my team, we are actively searching and looking for solutions that are applicable in the different areas, like in the facility management, hotel, retail, or IT. So we would proactively outreach to the different startups in our community and see where we can apply their solutions in the day-to-day operation of Cyberport. One really interesting application that we have recently found is a sensing device without any camera. So that takes care of all the privacy issues. So basically it uses a technology is triangulate different simple sensing, like smells, Wi-Fi positioning, sound, heat, all that. And by using the big data analytic technology, it can predict what that object or person is doing in a specific location, and that helps us to improve a lot of our operation process because of its wide applications. Because it does not intrude anybody's privacy. So after we have tested those solutions in our campus, we often would also help them to outreach to other organizations or government department or company that we think also look for similar solutions.
Hello, Howard. I understand that Cyberport has 3 major networks. Do you mind telling us a bit more about those 3 networks?
Sure. Cyberport has established 3 unique networks with the objective to help our startups. One is called the Cyberport Investor Network. The other one is Cyberport Enterprise Network. And the third one is Cyberport Technology Network. Now, obviously, the Cyberport Investor Network is a network that we pull together a group of investors who are interested in investing into startups. It helps them with their growing up the startup for the financial support. Now, Cyberport, the second one, Cyberport Enterprise Network, is a group of MNC, big enterprise, that are constantly looking for solutions from the startup. We organize regular event matching session with these enterprise so that they know what product or solution that our startups are offering, and if it fits their business purpose, they can meet up and pick up the solution. And the third one is a Cyberport and Technology Network. These are multinational big company that can either offer technology solution support to the startups or vice versa. Some of the startups also can offer very good technology solution for these international giants. So it goes both ways. So these are the 3 networks that we are actively organizing a lot of events to match them up with our the staff in our communities.
I see. Thank you.